Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon all.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Okay, so in the previous class, we actually discussed how to write the review papers. Okay. Now, this time we will discuss on. We have seen that there are two different types of articles. One is the review-based article, and another is original research article, right? So we now we are going to discuss one original research article. We will see there are couple of not couple of, there are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some more papers are there. So now take a look at the first original research article. Okay. So here you can see that the title of the paper is Developing a Sustainability Index for Public Health Supply Chain. Okay, this is the title of the paper. Okay, so here you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 authors. A total of 5 authors are there, and you can also see that their affiliations are also provided. Their affiliations are also provided. So you can see that A. So 3 authors are from one institute, Cranfield University, and there are 2 authors. They are from Pamela Steel Associate Limited. Okay, UK. So ideally speaking, in case of a journal, the title is very important. Okay, and
sir, you're not audible.
I'm not audible. Hello, hello, am I audible? Hello, hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay, okay. So now we can see that here that developing the title is very important. We can also see that there are some keywords, typically 5 or 6 keywords are used. You need to provide, when you will write the manuscript, you need to provide 5 or 6 keywords. Here, suppose you can see that health supply chains, approach of sustainability, sustainability index, health coverage, 4 keywords have been provided, but typically more than 4, 5 or 6 keywords are provided. Okay, so keywords basically represent, keywords are very important because unless you give proper keyword, people or the other researchers will not be able to find out your article. Suppose I am going to do research work on health supply chain. So if I type health supply chain, okay, so in that case, your research article, I may see, okay, the probability will be high that I will be able to see this article. Okay, suppose approach of sustainability or sustainability index, health coverage. So if I write sustainability index, if I search using this keyword, then the probability of getting this article will be higher. And if I, since you can see that sustainable futures, this is the name of the journal, and this is a journal by Elsevier. So if I search it under Elsevier, then obviously the probability of getting this article will be more higher. Okay, so that is the purpose of using keywords. So you should use your keywords properly so that your citation actually improves. Okay, so this is all about keyword. But when your article will be considered for some interview purpose, or when you will apply in some institutes, during that time, people will not usually, they do not check the keywords. They will check your CV, and in CV you will give all the publication details. So there they will only see the title of the paper. Okay, so suppose if they see, suppose you want to do your postdoctoral research work on supply chain, or suppose you are saying that my specialized area is supply chain, but the title of your articles, they are not finding the keyword like supply chain. Okay, so what will happen? So they will not consider your CV for the specialization of supply chain. Okay, so my suggestion is that, so whatever be your research area, okay, suppose digital marketing, if this is your research area, then those keywords must be reflected in the title of your research article. Okay, those, unless you have those keywords, it is difficult to identify that you have worked on that particular area. And the second thing is that in original research article, I have previously told that in review based paper, okay, then there is no actual contribution, but this is an example of original research article. In an original research article, you have developed something. Okay, so there is all about, it's all about your actual contribution. There is some novelty. Okay, so you need to highlight that novelty in your manuscript and also in your abstract. Okay, now typically you can see that there can be an infinite number of authors, unless there are some restrictions by the journals itself. Typically there can be several number of authors. Okay, but when you are doing your PhD work, there can be 2 or more or 3 authors. Okay, so not more than 3 authors. Okay, this is the rule. Okay, the first name will be yours. The second name will be, the first author will be you, research scholar. The second author will be your guide, and the third will be the research advisor, or some other person who is involved in that research work. This is the typical norms that is followed. Okay, so what I would like to say, that more than 3 authors is actually, it is not very much acceptable, because if it may be acceptable, it depends upon the particular country or particular institute. In some cases they only consider the first author or the second author. The third author they may consider, but after third author, fourth author, or fifth author, they do not consider. In most of the cases, in most of the institutes, you will find that the first author, second author, and third authors are considered, but not the fourth author and fifth author, or sixth author, or the other authors. Okay, and if you have the less number of authors, then also it is that's why it is actually beneficial for you to have less number of authors, or not more than 3. Okay, usually it happens. And many of you, they think that we need to provide the affiliation. Affiliation means your university name or your academic institution's name. But you know, even if you do not work in some university or some academic institution, if you are attached with some industry, then also you can give the name, your industry's name as the affiliation. You can see here that Pamela Steel Associated Limited, it has been provided as the affiliation of Pamela Steel and Foik Tolani. Okay, so and if you are not attached with academia, or if you are attached with neither academia nor industry, then simply you can write that independent researcher. Then also you can publish paper. And in place of affiliation, you need to write that independent author, and you can publish your paper. But that is not a very good idea, because usually those papers are not considered by the scientific community, unless that is very innovative type of thing, or that has very I mean very superior practical implementation. Okay, very important practical implementation. Okay, so it is better to have some affiliation rather than being simply independent researcher. Okay, so first you can see that they have mentioned about the abstract. Okay, so what you will write in the abstract? In abstract, you will write that you will briefly state about your problem, the problem statement briefly you will tell, and also you need to mention that those researches have not been carried out earlier. Okay, basically 2 things are you must mention. The one thing is that the kind of research work that you are dealing with, that is important, that is relevant for the society in the present time. Okay, and the second thing is that those kind of research works have not been carried out earlier by the researcher. Okay, so what you have actually done, that you need to reflect. Okay, and you need to also mention that what are the benefits from the research work, or the conclusion part briefly, in a nutshell, you need to represent that what is your conclusion. Conclusion means Suppose you have done some, you have uh, uh, your result, in case of result, you have found something. Okay, suppose you have found that waste reduction is the critical indicator. Okay, or suppose you have found the value of your some particular values of your environmentally conscious manufacturing programs. Okay, so those efficiencies you have calculated in the result and discussion section. Now somebody may ask you, so what? You have calculated the efficiency of different environmentally conscious manufacturing programs. So what? So what? So that question you need to address in your conclusion section, and also in abstract you need to present it very briefly. Okay, that means so that your abstract should look like such a way, in such a manner you need to represent your abstract so that it can be easily anybody can understand it. Okay, it should be very much comprehensible. Okay, so that anybody can understand it. In layman's terms you need to express the abstract. Okay, so now typically here actually you can see that the abstract, it is actually very lengthy abstract they have written. Usually this journal is also not very good. Okay, but usually the abstract is not so much lengthy. Okay, it is very lengthy abstract they have provided, but usually abstract is not very lengthy. You can see the other articles I will show you. Okay, then they have mentioned about the introduction part. Okay, the introduction they have mentioned, and they have also given the email addresses of the authors. Okay, sometimes all the email addresses are not required. Okay, sometimes only the corresponding author's email IDs are required. Okay, see, whenever we say about we talk about the first author, second author, third author, it actually represents the contribution of those authors in that particular paper. You can understand that research scholar's name is given first because the research scholar know the best about his or her research work. Okay, he or she has done the actual thing. So that's why the first author's name is provided as the research scholar's name is provided as the first author. Okay, so this is actually, this chronology is maintained based on the contribution. Okay, but the corresponding author has nothing to do with the contribution part. Corresponding author means who actually communicate. All the authors, they cannot communicate with the editor when you are submitting the journal. Only one author will communicate with the editor. Now that corresponding author may be first author, maybe second author, maybe third author, maybe anybody. Here in this paper you can see that here star is given. Star means this he is Lakshmi Subramanian. Okay, so she is the actually the corresponding author. You can see here that the star, it is mentioned about corresponding author, and the email address is provided. Okay, but it's not necessarily that the first author will be definitely the corresponding author. It's not necessarily. It may be or may not be. The second author or even the last author may be the corresponding author. Okay, so corresponding author, the responsibility, it is he or she basically communicates, and that's why the email ID of the corresponding author is very, very important. You must give the email ID of the corresponding author even if you do not provide the email IDs of the other authors. Okay, so now you can see that they have given the introduction part. Okay, introduction part, and then this is the first section, introduction. Then they have divided the 1.1 sustainability in health supply chain. Okay, 1.2 dimensions and measurement of sustainability. So they have in two sections they have actually broken up, they have broke the introduction part. Okay, then after that they have mentioned about methodology. They have not done the literature review part, because in the introduction section they have already covered the literature review part. Okay, but I personally, my suggestion is that whenever you write your own paper, at that point of time you should have a section on the literature review. Okay, because that is the standard practice. And if you do not write, if you do not have a separate literature review part, then the reviewer may ask you, mostly the reviewer may ask you to do the literature review part. Okay, and if, but there are nowadays there are also some reviewers, you may find that they will ask you that whenever you are mentioning the introduction section, you keep your literature review part in the you keep your literature review part in there itself. Okay, that means you keep your literature review part in the introduction section, not in any other section. Okay, so in that case only you can you can merge those parts. Okay, but unless the uh, reviewer is asking you to do that, you don't do it. Okay, so then the methodology, what kind of methodology they have used, so those they have mentioned. Okay, and they have also here they have mentioned some literature review on the methodology part also. Okay, so it is better to have a literature separate literature review part. Okay, and they have developed this supply chain sustainability index. They have mentioned one formula. Okay, they have mentioned some formula. Okay, so, and also they have this part, then they have third part, description of sub indices, and the subsections also they have mentioned. Okay, and then they have given some, provided some tables. Okay, and also the you will have you can see that there are some figures as well. Okay, you can see that figures are also there. Okay, and typically you will see that in the table, okay, you can see that only these lines you can see, but there is no vertical line. Okay, in case of tables, usually the vertical lines are actually omitted. When you will make your manuscript, then you will make the entire table, but then you should edit it. Okay, you should edit the table, and you should have only the these parts, no vertical line should be there, and horizontal lines will be there only for the at the beginning of the table and at the end. But usually the these in between, these are not actually mentioned. Okay, but if some special category you can mention, some other, if you have different types of categories, if you have, then also you can suppose here category 1, and here you are starting category 2 under category, then you can give you can mention, or you can give the horizontal lines. You can have, or you can show the horizontal lines. This is the typical case. Okay, and this paper is also who will some students they are very interested to work on the sustainability, So for them, this work is also very important, because you can see here that sustainability index has been provided. So the lot of papers, there you will see different types of sustainability. You can different types of sustainability you will see. Okay, different types of sustainability. So so different types of sustainability index you can gather to make a review paper. That is also a very good idea, to make a review paper. Okay, so different types of index you will find in lot of paper. So accumulating all those original research articles, you can make also a review article based on different types of sustainability index. Okay. So now, after the third part, or the third section, you can see that in the fourth section they have mentioned another section, that is empirical investigations. Okay, whatever they have found. Okay, and figure is table is TABLE. This is the full form is mentioned, but in case of figure you will not see FIGURE figure. They mention only FIG. Okay, and another thing you need to keep in mind, that whenever we mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, usually in the description section, okay, so unless it is group 1, group 2, group 4, in that case, or health facility 1, health facility 2, in that case you can mention it with number. But otherwise, usually 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, so up to 10, it is you need to read it, you need to write it like TEN 10, NINE 9 in this way. But from 11 up to infinitive, you can mention the number like 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. You don't need to write ELEVEN 11, TWELV 12. In this way, you don't need to write. But up to 10, you need to spell it. Okay. So then the findings and discussion section is there. So whatever they have found, they have mentioned it. Okay. And in case, then finally the conclusion section they have mentioned. Okay, so conclusion section means the I have previously told you that you have developed something, so what, to address this question you mention the conclusion section, and usually the conclusion section must be very concise in nature. Okay, that means it must not be too much lengthy. Okay, and in some you will see that some articles, some particular journals, they prefer that you first you write all the entire paper at a stretch. You will write all the paper. That means first the introduction, then literature review, then methodology, then results and discussions, then conclusion. At a stretch you will write, and after that you will mention your you will give your table, figures, and references, appendix, like that. Okay, but if it is not mentioned in case of the journals, then my suggestion is that you don't write all these things at a stretch. Rather, you can put your your table and figure in between, but the after mentioning the table or figure, then you can put your table or figure. Okay, so that is my suggestion. Okay, why? Because otherwise your paper it is very difficult for the reviewers to understand. Okay, suppose I would just like to show you one particular paper. You can see that one manuscript I would like to show. I'm going to share with all of you. Just give me some time. this meeting will end in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, so now I think you can see it. So you can see that this is the manuscript. Okay, so in this manuscript you can see that the introduction, literature review, and the methodology part is given, and you can see that the table here, this is the table is given, results and discussion. You can see that I am describing about the results and discussion section, and in between I have given figure 1 and figure 2. Okay, in between I have given the figure 3 and I have placed figure 3 and figure 4, and also table 2 I have provided figure 5 and figure 6. Okay, so then I have provided the references, and after that also I can place my, so in this way I have mentioned here this manuscript. Okay, but if you are asked that if in the you will find some guidelines in which particular journal you are going to submit the article, there will be obviously some guidelines will be provided. So if it is mentioned there that you first at a stretch you write the manuscript, and after that you give your title, sorry, if you give your table and figure, or in a separate file you give your tables and figures, then you will do that. Okay, and if it is mentioned that do not provide figure and table in between the research article or manuscript, then you must not provide it. But unless if you but if those things are not mentioned in the under the rules and regulations, then it is better that you will put figures and tables in between. Okay, because whenever some reviewer will check your manuscript, then the flow will be very good, and the reviewer will be able to understand that what you have actually done. But keep in mind that in that particular case, first you need to mention about the figure and or the table, and then you need to provide the figure. It's not like first you will give figure and 3 and figure 4, and then you will go here you will mention about figure 3 and figure 4. It's not like that. Okay, you can see here that first I have given figure 3 and figure 4, then I have provided figure 3 and figure 4. Okay, so similarly here I have provided table 3. Okay, so then I am sorry, it will be table 2, and then I have given table 2. It's not like you first you will provide table 2, and here you can see table 2 and table 3, and I have given table 2 and table 3. It's not like first you will provide table 2 and table 3, then you will mention or explain about table 2 and table 3. That is not desired. Okay, so in this way you need to you need to make your manuscript. So finally what you will do, finally I am going to stop the sharing. I will make a new share. So this was our previous share. Okay, so in this case you can finally this is the references. Okay, the references are given. Okay, so in these references cases, there you will find that some journal articles, they different reference styles are there, Harvard reference styles and also other reference styles you will find. Usually 4 different reference styles are there. Okay, 4 different reference styles you will find. Okay, so some journal articles, they have the option of your paper your way. This style you will find in some journals, but most of the journals you will not find the option that your paper your way. This option you will not find. So in that case, the particular reference format that they have provided, you need to use only those format, not any other research format you can use. Sorry, reference format you can use. Okay, and nowadays the Microsoft Office 10 or the higher versions, there you can give the all the names of the authors, names of the articles, the journals names you can give. Okay, and you will see that they will automatically provide the type of the kind of referencing style that you want to select for a particular journal. You need to just select that particular method. Suppose you Harvard reference style you are preferring, or the journal asks you for to mention or to address the Harvard's referencing style. So you will put all the references. Okay, you will put all the references input. Okay, there is you will put all the references, and there you will see you in Word document you will find different options, different referencing options are there. Okay, and if you put, suppose if you choose Harvard referencing style, then automatically the references will be as per the Harvard referencing style. Okay, if you suppose your paper has been rejected by that journal and you need to communicate it to any different journal who have some different referencing style. Okay, so in that case you don't need to again you need to give this hard labor. Okay, you just change the referencing style that you want, you just select that and automatically it will be organized. Okay, you can check out, there are different videos on YouTube. You will find that how to automate the referencing style. You will find a lot of videos. You can go through those videos and you can adjust those things. Okay, so in this way you can manage all those articles or all those things you can manage. And also in some journals you can see that they choose the short form. Suppose you can see eur.j.oper.res. This journal actually it is indicating European Journal of Operational Research. Okay, so you will also, if you search in Google, you will find that the short format of those journals that you will also find. Okay, so accordingly you can also do these things, and manually also you can do some effort you need to put. Okay, and if there are some little bit mistakes, if you have, you don't need to worry, because the journals will have also, they have some officials who actually edit these references, so they can also handle those issues. Okay, that is not a big task. Okay, but there is a big task that I am going to tell you, because this session is going to end. Okay, after this session I will have just within 10 minutes I will finish it. Okay, so this is less than 1 minute. This is going to end, I think.